Okay, we're recording. So thank you, Brian, for taking your time to talk with me today. Danielle's been so excited to share your results and your wins with the community. So yeah, I just want to hear kind of what your wins are, what you've experienced
Right.
while you've been in the program just for a short time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, when I signed up, I talked to Nora on I believe it was Wednesday, or Tuesday or Wednesday, or Thursday. I don't remember the day I signed up. However, you know, I was really scared. The fact that, you know, I had very limited amount of money, but you know, if it scares you, you're on the right path. So I just believed it, and I told her yes, I agreed to it. And once I did that, actually on my, you know, I didn't tell this, but on my way home, I had this huge grin on my face, and I just believed that I don't know how I'm going to pay the, you know, the upcoming, you know, payment that I have to pay, but yeah. I knew I was going to make it happen. I knew I was going to it was going to happen. You know, everything was going to work out.
I love that.
And you know, I did go home the night before, the following night. You know, I visioned what I wanted to achieve in the next 6 months, and I visualized it, and I did that in the morning, and like even throughout the day, when I was driving, I was just daydreaming about me actually being in that position. So and then all of a sudden Saturday morning, I had an appointment with one of my clients, and you know, one of the guys supposed to come change the filter in my apartment for the drinking water, but yeah. somehow you know, it didn't. I completely didn't follow up with him, and you know, I went to my meeting, and he called me, of course, you know, when it was 9 o'clock. He said, "Where are you?" "I'm here." I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you come back around 4 o'clock?" So, you know, I just went about my day, and I had a great meeting. And by the time I got back, you know, we started talking, you know, while he was changing the filter. I normally don't do that, but, you know, when he was working, and all of a sudden he's like, "You know, I'm going to retire soon. I have about $100,000. What do I need to do with this?" So I found money there, and I felt really grateful that I didn't realize it until Monday. And then Monday came along. I still had I believe that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And, you know, visualization kept continuing. And Monday morning, I went to the gym, 5 a.m. And, you know, I happened to run into this lady, and, you know, it was not a conversation, but it was like just good morning. And that was it. But all of a sudden, like, conversation took turn, and she's like, "I'm retiring. I need to talk, you know, I need help with a certain thing." I said, "What I do?" So I was so grateful that I found these two people as a prospect. Yeah. And then that it doesn't stop there. On my way to office, to my, you know, I got ready, took my boys to school, and on my way to my office, all of a sudden my client that I've been, you know, working on over a month and a half, her ex-husband would not sign the document, and, you know, all of a sudden she sends me a text and says, "It's a miracle. He wants to sign." I said, and she said, "Send over the document right now, please." So I sent it over. But, you know, I just let it be. I knew that it was going to work out. Yeah. I just let it be. You know, she didn't sign it that day, but, you know, it was in the pipeline. So, you know, to get it signed. Yeah. And I was really stoked, and I was like, this is crazy. This is working. You know, I started believing in it even more. And, you know, the same day I had a enrollment, on an employee benefit at this one company that I started. And, you know, we had a great enrollment, and, you know, several people actually agreed to sit down, and they signed up. And, from, from that same company, we had a very big meeting with the owner of, it was going to be like a, there's three agents involved, and we're going to make about, $7,000 on a commission altogether. Actually, 7,700 to be exact. And 7 people are actually, he's offering that program. So,
Yeah.
so I'm like, okay, this is meant to be, and this is happening, and I believe it. I didn't really get excited. I was just like, oh, okay, it's gonna happen.
You just knew, right?
Yes, and but another thing was, one of the consultants was supposed to attend that meeting at 2:00, but due to the fire that's going on in the nearby the Getty Center that happened on Monday, he could not come in. However, it didn't stop us from having that meeting. We had we had our conference call, and we sat down with the owner, and we did our presentation. And owner said after the meeting, he goes, "I love what you guys are hearing. I want to go forward with it."
Wow.
So it was amazing.
Wow.
And it doesn't stop there.
I think Beth shared, and you still got more, hey? Oh my goodness. So,
well, and yesterday, Tuesday, I did the same thing. I read the persistence chapter, reading that daily, and I also visioned it at night, in the morning when I get up in the morning, and it was a great day. And I started. I remember it was a Tuesday. We had a session at 9:30 a.m. So Danielle talked about actually, before going into the meetings to go see a client, writing it. She said, if you don't write it down, it will not come to life.
Yeah.
So I had an appointment at 11:00 and 4:30 in the afternoon. So I got there, I was driving while on the call, and I was, I took it in. I wasn't able to write anything down. So, once I got there, I took about 7 minutes to actually write the things that I was gonna provide for her, for my client. And I wrote her name down, and I said, I am going to serve you, and I'm gonna provide the service that and right to the right, so that you have a retirement that you're dreaming of.
Yeah.
And I visualized it before actually walking into the meeting.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I was doing my, actually there was no presentation, was very short, like 3 to 4 minutes. It was just all this small talk.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I said, hey, so let's go forward with this. And she goes, okay, let's do it.
Just so easy, hey?
Yeah.
Awesome?
And then from there, I actually, came, that was downtown LA. I said that after the meeting was over, I drafted up everything, and I sent her the document, and, I got in my car. As soon as I got in my car, I get an email alert saying that the client has signed. From Monday, the client actually signed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
That's so
awesome. And I was thinking, I knew it was gonna happen, and this is my normal. What Danielle talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my new norm.
Yeah.
And I headed up back to the office, and I was actually preparing for my next 4:30 meeting. And again, I did the same thing. Before going into her house, I visualized it. I wrote down what exactly I was gonna do in the meeting, what I was gonna provide for her, and how I was gonna serve her. And it was only for her.
Yeah.
So, and then that took about 7 minutes as well. And the meeting was at 4:30. And meeting went on for about 2.5 hours, and actually she agreed to go forward with it. So yesterday alone, I made close to $7,000
That
in
is,
one day.
wow. That, did you imagine
Yeah.
that it would happen so fast?
Oh, and I believe this even strongly.
Yeah.
And this is so powerful.
That's, I
I
mean,
I am
go ahead.
no, I mean I'm just this is my new norm.
What I love is the level of your commitment. Like before you even jumped into the program and and figuring out how you were going to make it work, you had already committed to doing the
Yeah.
work, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And do you feel like that was a really big indicator of like how you felt and what and like putting this material to practice already? Like do you think that was like a key moment for you in making that decision for yourself?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, and I've actually experienced this before, and coming into this business, this was about 4 years ago, and what I visioned, I didn't know anything about law of attraction or positive thinking, none of those, but I had to put food on the table. So what I visioned was I visioned my name, because I mean there's like a like agent of the month, and stuff like that all over the wall. So I went and I actually touched how it felt, those names were, and I closed my eyes and I visualized that my name, I was gonna paint the wall with my name,
Oh, I
and
love
it within like in that the following 6 months I made it happen.
wow.
However, that was not consistent. Once there was another agent that came in and kind of she was writing more cases than I did, and I was focusing on her, and somehow it just didn't work.
Hmm.
So I could not figure out why I was not performing at the level that I was performing, several months back,
Right.
and it was just driving me crazy. And once I saw Danielle, once I attended the seminar of Danielle, I said, "Aha, this is it. I
Mhm.
I gotta have this."
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the reason why I took a leap of faith.
Good. Yeah. That's so awesome. So I'm assuming, I probably know the answer to my next question, but so
Yeah.
was jumping in and committing, that the tuition, was that worth it for you?
Oh, I'll do it any day.
That's awesome. And I mean, you've almost got your return on your investment back already.
Yes, and it hasn't been even a month, and
It's only been
I
a
got
week.
not even a week.
Yeah, that's
So yeah, I am gonna make 100,000, and that's my new norm.